Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Wednesday. I heard we were getting the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City trailer at some point this week, and I'm curious if that is true. I saw where they are promoting a new Salt Lake City Housewives show on Hulu, so I'm actually really excited to see that. But we're not back to talk about the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. I don't even know why I'm going on a rant about it and whatnot. We are back to talk about the Real Housewives of Orange County because apparently we have a $5 million lawsuit. And we're not talking about Jennifer Pedrante's man, Ryan. No, it's another one. It's like just the lawsuits that keep on giving. So before we jump in, go ahead, pop off in the comment section. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell and let's jump right in.
Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it.
All right, guys. So where do we begin? I don't even know. Yeah, I do. What am I saying? All right, we're going to start right over here with reality blurb. It looks like season 18 of The Real Housewives of Orange County is obviously off to a great start, but the newbie, Katie, the one that was brought on by Gina, you guys know her. She's this gorgeous woman. She's doing her best to make a name for herself, but now, though, Katie and her business partners are being sued over her golf-related business by a man who claims that they had the idea first. Now, as fans know, Katie joined the Real Housewives of Orange County this season as a full-time housewife. So far, she's butted heads with veteran Heather Dubrow after claiming she calls the paparazzi when she wants to be seen. In Touch Weekly recently obtained court documents that show that Katie, her business partners, and her company, T-Shots, are being sued for alleged fraud and breach of implied contract. The man suing, his name is Chad Rusky, and he claims to have worked with George and Dolores, Katie's business partners, on the idea behind T-Shots. So Chad is saying that he came up with the idea for the unique idea of a shot of alcohol contained in a golf ball-shaped shot glass called the Golf Shot in February of 2023. Now, the lawsuit explains that the golf shot consists of a clear spherical glass resembling a golf ball, meticulously crafted to reflect the dimpled surface of an actual golf ball. The glass is designed to hold approximately 50 milliliters of alcohol, such as tequila or other spirits, providing a novel and sophisticated drinking experience. Now, Chad did file a patent application and originally planned to call the product either Golf Shot or T-Shots. Now, the lawsuit goes on to say that Chad first shared the idea with George, who expressed an immediate interest in partnering with Chad to take the idea to market. But after that, Dolores was brought in and they, I guess, agreed to move forward with the idea. Now, by March of 2023, he had come up with a domain name and social media accounts, and he found a designer. And he says the three of them even looked over mock-ups for the product that month. The suit went on to say, in or around June 2023, unbeknownst to Chad, defendants George and Dolores began conspiring with Katie to form a competing company to exploit Chad's idea. Lacking the ability to create successful businesses on their own, George, defendants Dolores, and Katie desperately wanted an idea that others found exciting. So allegedly, George and Dolores were more excited about working with Katie because of the enormous profits they reap by leveraging Katie's hopeful fame from her anticipated appearance on The Real Housewives of Orange County. Now, according to Chad, Katie, George, and Dolores, I guess, formed the T-Shots company in Wyoming because the state makes it easier to hide ownership in companies. Then in September of 2023, the T-Shots company applied for a trademark for T-Shots. He then says that there were social media accounts and a website formed using the name. So he's seeking $5 million in damages and an injunction to stop them from doing any business, as well as for them to turn over their profits from the company. In response, the lawyer on Katie, Dolores, and George's sides, Katie, along with Dolores and George, have not been served with any lawsuit by Chad Rusky against them at this time. Katie and her business partners were previously contacted by Mr. Rusky's attorney about claims of being in breach of a partnership to develop a golf ball shot glass business. And they denied having any business ties or arrangements with Mr. Rusky. Mr. Rusky's claim to a unique idea of a golf ball shot glass is unfounded, and Katie, in particular, has had zero dealings or prior contact with Mr. Rusky and will vigorously defend against being frivolously named in this lawsuit. I don't see this woman stealing this idea and like what okay. So if anything, I can kind of see what's going on here. If anything bad happened, I would be willing to guess that she had a cool idea brought to her. Obviously, her and her husband have a lot of money. They would have been investors, but also business partners. Okay. And maybe she wouldn't have known about this. And I can also see where if you're starting a new business and you think that somebody's going to be a housewife or know they're going to be a housewife, you don't know the longevity. Are they going to be a one season wonder like Noella Bergner, or are they going to be somebody like Teresa Giudice who lasts for 14 seasons and gets to promote? You don't know how it's going to work. So yeah, you would be excited about somebody who has this now platform that can just skyrocket your ass into profits. But wait, we're not done. So now, Katie apparently opened up about her feud with Heather Dubrow during an appearance on Wednesday, and weeks after making her debut as the first Korean American on the Real Housewives of Orange County. Katie confirmed that she learned something about Heather off camera that she brought to the show. She also accused Heather of making her uncomfortable and revealed how she was cast and admitted to having to teach her co-stars about her culture. Before the season even started, before I went through casting, I found out some information I thought was silly and fun, and I brought it to a friend of mine that's on the show, and we both thought it was silly and fun, and Heather does not think it's silly and fun, but you'll see that we try to mend. Now, although Katie and Heather tried to move on, Katie still finds their initial encounter, which took place at a party thrown by Sutton Strack, weird. I knew that she had gone through my Instagram and my husband's Instagram, and I was standing in line at my friend Sutton's Christmas party, and she was with a couple of women. I'm introducing myself, and as I introduced myself, she's hearing my name, and I knew that she knew I was going through casting. She just like stared at me and turned around, and everyone kind of noticed, so that was a little weird, and a couple more things happened that made me uncomfortable. But Katie may not have hit it off with Heather, but there was another cast member that she immediately bonded with. Jennifer Pedranti and I got so close so quickly. She's lovely. We have a lot in common, and she's really kind of warm and welcoming. But as for how she was cast, she said that she met the producers of OC through a friend. One of my friends was on Basketball Wives, and they're the same casting directors. And so they called me a few years ago when we first moved to San Diego. And I said, well, I don't live in Orange County. I actually live in San Diego. And a couple years later, they called me again. And I said, actually, we've moved to Orange County for my business. So let's talk. And we talked, and here I am. But looking back at her time filming, Katie acknowledged the importance of sharing her story, which includes her adoption on the show. There are these small moments where I feel like I have to teach a little bit, even about silly things like Japanese and Koreans and their relationships. And so that was a little bit challenging. But also, it's kind of good to learn myself and teach my castmates. She said she was kind of nervous to open up at first. You never know how people are going to perceive you. And I think my story is very layered. I've gone through a lot. I've had a lot of peaks and valleys in my life. And so you never know how people are going to take that, if they're going to think it's endearing or horrible. But luckily, Katie said I guess, that her family was completely supportive of her role, feeling like it was her time to shine. She said, I have an amazing, supportive husband. He would sit up with me when I get home from filming and just talk and talk for hours. He was great. And then I have a 20-year-old daughter who talks me through a lot of things. I really like her cute little family, Katie. And then as for the lawsuit, I hope it's not true, but as of right now, they are reporting that it is. We're going to find out. Guys, pop off in the comment section. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell, and we will see you next time. Love you guys.